Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for the 16th of January 2020. I do want to say the first time I went through and started this video, I actually said the 16th of October 2019. Don't know where that one came from. So to that, I'll have a sip of coffee. So let's get into this, guys. It's always nice to get back to the dailies after not doing them for a while. It's always fun. So I haven't really decided what deck we're going to use yet today. I don't think we're going to use these guys or those guys. Do check out, by the way, all of your 2020 readings. Those are up for all of your yearlies for the year ahead. So you can check those out for your sun, moon, and rising to get a good grip, on what 2020 is bringing in for you in, your different placements, okay? And see what you resonate most with. I find often, your chart's ruler, your ascendant has a really big play in terms of, obviously not just the houses and where things are hitting astrologically, but in terms of just what I resonate with best. Like, I'm a Cancer rising, so I often find I resonate real well with the Cancer readings. So anyways, do check those out. Do check out your monthlies. Those are up as well. Let's get into the reading for today, though. Today, the sun is still in Capricorn. It's a third quarter moon in Libra. Venus is actually, is it Venus? No. Why am I saying Venus? Mercury is entering Aquarius today. And the color of the day is crimson, it says here. Let me see what this little tidbit in the little, whenever I'm talking about, the moon phase and stuff, I'm always using my Llewellyn's Witch's date book. No, they don't pay me to advertise this. I just love it. So yes, it says spicy and redolent frankincense purifies and protects. Add it to incense blends to boost their power. It's just a little tidbit for the day. So let's start shuffling here. I kind of wanted to start off, honestly, with the cat tarot here. So we'll see why that comes up. Let's check out the cat tarot and what it has to bring to the table today. Do make sure to subscribe, guys. Do make sure to share, and do make sure to like the video. I do appreciate it, and I want to thank you all for your support. Okay. It's always fun hanging out with you guys in the dailies. Thursday, the 16th of January. I keep wanting to say October. It's not October, that's for sure. Huh. All right, we'll take that. Definitely. I find that this deck is a lot more positive, feeling a little bit more uplifting. And with the energy lately, I think that we've kind of needed that. That eclipse, I don't know about you guys, smacked me sideways. It brought up a lot. I think between that, Uranus going direct, and the conjunction, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, I think that it just, boom, everything kind of just blew up at once. And it's been quite a difficult, quite an exhausting, busy, crazy few weeks. Okay. That is not the I mean, this is just an unexpected, oh yes, unexpected combinations here today that feel a little bit, oh, they've got a real story to tell. That's for sure. So you know what? We're going to leave it there with these cards because I feel like we're being called for others. But let's first talk about what just came out, because what just came out, pretty interesting. In the center of it, we get the King of Swords. For me, he's very much a mind over matter. I'm sorry that it's so bright right now. I'm reading this at a much earlier time than I usually do because I'm actually going in to read today. But the way the sun is hitting this, it is just kind of blinding and weird and ghosty. But anyways, King of Swords here is just a very mature, in full command, authoritative energy. It also, again, sees things for what they are. Swords energy, like Libras, Aquarians, all the air signs, Librans, Aquarians, why can't I think of Gemini, are able to see things very sharply, very much in their truth. What is the real situation here? What's really going on? The King of Swords is taking authority over a situation. And right before it and right after it, we have two threes. Three of Cups and the Three of Swords. For me, we have a triangulated situation where something is not right here. Or again, we see that there is pleasure, but we also see the extreme pain here. And right in the middle of it, King of Swords sits. So let's take a look there, okay? And I love the Three of Swords in this deck. It's, this cat biting this heart. And I know that's really hard to see. So actually, yes, I'll have to put it over here in the shade. I really like that. What do we want to use to clarify this situation? Let's go with the Muka deck, the Tarot Muka deck here. It's somewhere in between sorrow and a bounty of joy, and that's really a strange place to be in, right? So what's going on here? Let's take a deeper look at this situation. Another, oh, not another 3, I'm sorry. I read that wrong for a second. And I kind of had a feeling you were coming out. Okay. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed. When you put those together, you kind of get that Seven of Swords. This is a situation, it feels, where you can't really see all the parts, and yet you're feeling a certain way about it. Because you don't, maybe it's that you don't know what's going on, but Six of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed. I don't know why, and usually I wouldn't say, together that makes a 7 swords, but today it really feels that way. We've dropped the 7th sword, or, that 7th sword is our weakness, and we're realizing that really what's been hidden from us in this situation, really what's bringing up the 3 of Swords, what's bringing up the 3 of Cups, is the fact that this is a hidden situation, and maybe it doesn't feel so good to hide it. Six of Swords indicates that you have to move forward, that it's time to really pick up and start moving on from difficult situations. What's interesting, you know what, let me pull another clarifier from a different deck before I get into what else just came out. Because this is really strange but interesting read here. I think yep, okay. You might be holding on to something that really hurts you a lot more than you want to talk about, because 4 of Coins, 6 of Cups reversed, the Empress, and manifesting something in that probably shouldn't be coming back in, or having really intense focus on a situation from the past that whenever I get the 6 of Cups reversed, it's really, it's just too much. It's like inability to grow past a past relationship, inability to move beyond something, but mostly relationship, mostly love situations, or again, wanting something to come back so badly. You can't move beyond it. You can't seem to get over it. You want it to be back here in your life. But that 4 of Coins, we're quite staunch in that position. We're holding on to this with all of our might. The Empress really looks at, in between this is the 6 of Cups. We get the 4 of Pentacles and the Empress on both sides. Very grounded energies, the 4 of Coins, but also so with the Empress, because she's able to manifest. She's usually, a woman on a throne, but here we have Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf, and all the dwarves here going forward, because again, this is my Hobbit deck, going forward here. So they're trying to decide, where are we going to go? They have this, type of manifested, but also like family type of energy. It's that warm sense of camaraderie, of love, of abundance here. It's that type of companion energy. So even though it's not a female, even though it's not the traditional Empress, it's the companions, and it's also what you're trying to bring in here. What type of pleasure are you trying to bring into your life? What kind of love are you trying to bring in through manifestation? It's not that good, is it? You might be holding on to something here, or staying grounded in a situation that really isn't great. But what's interesting, because that's kind of the root of it, and I wanted to pull that out before we got to these other cards here. We get the 2 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and then the Emperor is right above the Empress. We'll talk about him in a second, but let's talk about these two. Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. You really have to discern passion versus responsibility versus what's really... I mean, there's a lot of layers to this. There's a lot of layers to this situation. And I think that with the King of Swords in between the Three of Cups and Three of Swords, you're willing to sit in an impasse and try to really... I mean, the situation is balanced in pleasure and in pain, obviously. There's delay, there's pain, yet there's also pleasure when these things come together, when the situation comes together. It could be, again, third-party situation or something that you're sticking out for that really, you're not sure if it's ever going to come in. You're not sure if it's going to bring home the bacon, as I like to say. Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, though. Where will you take this from here? We've come so far. We know now where we stand and what the situation really offers, or maybe we don't know that, but we know where we're at this time about it. We know where the situation really is right at this moment. And we're kind of waiting, it feels like, for the other shoe to drop. The Queen of Wands is interesting in that with that Six of Cups reverse, Empress energy, there's a sense of... what is the word I'm looking for? Not vanity, but, and not so much greed, but a sense, it's kind of like an air of that. You know, I don't want to give this up, you know, this brings me passion, this is this. Queen of Wands sometimes for me is involved in sticky situations because she's a little bit passionate. She doesn't think before she leaps. She's kind of that Aries energy of, you know, I'm going to go for this because it's good for me, but I'm not really thinking about much else. And some of you might be dealing with an Aries just because that Emperor card comes up right after it. But what's really important here is the Emperor and the Empress. And to me, they have a story to tell, a certain sense of balance. Again, that there's a sense of balance in the situation to this relationship that I don't think you can really define right now. And that's why we're so unwilling to hold off on letting it go. And that could be why we're realizing what we're realizing about this today. We've been holding on to this for so long that we're looking at it now and saying, is it worth it? But I think it might be in a strange way. Not so much in the way where you need to focus on those Three of Swords, but let's get an oracle to kind of define this here, honestly, because this is a complicated situation. Let's get a Halloween oracle and then a Love Angels card. Take it back to the classic oracles just because that's really what I'm drawn to do right now. I always pull the oracles based on really who's calling to me, so... okay. There we go, immediately. Both two cards came out, so... Jack-o'-lantern protection. Oh, let me get the book before I do that. Okay. Jack-o'-lantern protection, and you'll see what the next one is. Okay? Know that you are protected and that you are capable of creating the life that you want, and that the universe supports you in this should Jack shine his light upon you. Boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new ones. There are new boundaries that do need to be established in this situation, but also at the same time, the situation involves eternal love, the only love card in this deck, which does to me indicate that this situation is a lot more than we want to, maybe we want it to believe, or maybe it is what we think it is, and we just don't really know how to deal with it right now. Should you choose this card, you are being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers, it leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand and to be ready to open up to this new experience. So for some of you, you don't know if you want to get hurt again. You don't know if you want to leave the situation behind, if you want to delve back into it. We're in a weird push and pull here in a relationship situation. So let's get a card of advice here from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle cards. Oh my God, give me one. Passion, and I could have told you that was there. I mean, it's obviously the problem. I mean, not the problem, but it's obviously a huge factor in this connection. But pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Passion might be driving you one way where logic needs to drive you the other way. Sometimes you can't have your cake and eat it too, but you're asked to heal some deeper issues about why this is coming up, why these issues, possible third-party issues, possible fears, whatever this might be, whatever stops you from moving forward and seeing the truth in the situation, whatever's holding you back. It's time to really look at that and time to heal your issues here. If you want this to work, there's issues here that obviously need to be dealt with, need to be listened to, you need to pay attention to any type of red flag here. And I don't think there's a really yes or no, right or wrong, black or white answer here for this reading. I think this is something that's going to be playing out over time. So we'll see. Oh, sorry for such an esoteric read. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Check out the dailies, check out the monthlies, check out your yearlies for 2020. And if you want to book a private reading, all that info is always right below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.